It has been a long time between meetings, but these two old foes are finally meeting back on centre stage yet again. The Springboks and the All Blacks have had an indifferent last couple of months of form, but today they put all that behind them and enter the opening round of the Rugby Championship. What's going on, everyone, and welcome back along to your home of rugby as we have arrived at the centrepiece of Southern Hemisphere rugby. Yes, the Rugby Championship is underway this weekend. We have a blockbuster of an opening weekend of action as well. The Springboks are taking on the All Blacks, and we also have the Pumas and the Wallabies going head-to-head as well in this opening round. But today, it is the big clash. This is the spotlight matchup where everyone is watching, especially how these visiting teams go in the space of the All Blacks. They had a very poor tour from the Northern Hemisphere, from Ireland, where they went down 2-1 for the first time, the Irish picking up a series victory. For the Springboks, back at home here, they had some question marks asked about them from Wales, yet they did turn in a very good third match performance to put that series in their favour and a rare Southern Hemisphere series victory. The teams for tonight's matchup haven't differed much from what we saw against Wales and Ireland respectively. Only a number of little changes, discreet changes maybe one would say, to these sides' top lineups. In the front rows, it'll be Naikani, Marks and Maholba going up against Bauer, Takiaho. Rare start for him this season at hooker, and Angus Ta'avao wears 3 for the All Blacks. It is experience and it is power in the second row for the Springboks. Ebenezer Beef and Lutiaga up against Sam Whitelock and Scott Barrett, the first of course the 3 Barrett brothers. Into the back row, and it is once more Khaleesi who captains the team from number 6. And alongside him will be the very competent Peter Steph-Toy at 7. West will be at number 8, and against him will be Rico Ioane, Sam Kane captaining from 7, and of course Adi Savia. It's going to be a big clash there between the 2 number 8s. De Klerk and Smith will go head-to-head once more in a very epic battle between 2 of the very best at the top of their game. At fly half, Andre Pollard and Bowden Barrett. One loves to play the territory game. The other, well, he used to love to run, but what we see from Bowden Barrett tonight will really dictate how the All Blacks go in this clash. The midfield says Dialendi and Arm up against Havili and Ioane. On the wings, Makazula Mapipi, the king is here. He goes head-to-head with the excitement machine of Will Jordan, and Caleb Clark on the other side will take on the relative youngster of currently Aransa at 14. The fullbacks, it is Damien Willemse and Jordy Barrett for New Zealand wearing that fullback's jumper. 2 very young players, but 2 very good players when they're on their game. Today will be a real test of who really is at their best. Will we see a clash of champions, or will this be a bit of an arm wrestle struggle? We're about to find out as we look to get the game underway. And quick look at the benches, plenty of experience, plenty of youth as well, and talent on these benches. Manami, Kitchov, Kosh, Murat, Mostert, Smith, Hendricks and LaRue. You notice it is the 6-2 split for the Springboks. The All Blacks going for the more conventional 5-3 with Coles, De Groot, Lomax, Vai, Frizzell. That's your forwards, Christie, Mwanga and Tupaya in 23 for New Zealand. Of course, to get things underway, the All Blacks will set things up again. It is the haka. The All Blacks challenge being laid out to the Springboks. The intensity of the haka going up a notch from the All Blacks. You see Tupuvai in that third row of the triangle wearing his headgear during the haka. Well, he just keeps himself safe from a head knock there, doesn't he? As we're quickly underway. Barra kicking us off for the Rugby Championship is finally underway, and it's Will Jordan with a very quick and early take as the All Blacks get on the front foot early. Here's Caleb Clark, big opportunity, it's Havili, he's still got Rieko Ioane, oh, he drops the ball, and the opportunity goes down in a flash. What a start by the All Blacks, out of the gates in a flash, and a big chance goes begging there for Havili and Ioane. Well, let's strike it back a moment there. We're caught up in the headgear of Tupuvai, but how about that take from Will Jordan as the set piece from the All Blacks works very nicely to start off. Bonavera gets a short little pass off there from Rieko Ioane. And once more the All Blacks inside the 22. Better start here from them we've seen in recent weeks. That's a great tackle. Chopping down Akira Ioane. Very quickly, Takiaho changes directions. Great off by them. Talvale. Here's Will Jordan. He started it all off. Jordan, what a tackle. Phillips are in the corner. Puts Jordan away. Well, he has been X Factor for the last 2 years plus. Will Jordan, he knows his way to the line. He is rapidly fast. But in close quarters like that, Willems certainly got one over him. Springboks get the ball, and Delende gets it straight out from Faf de Klerk. And the Springboks look to run their way out of their own end goal. Oh, that's a high shot from Whitelock. And that is going to be asking for trouble. You do that over 80, and you're going to put yourself under some immense pressure. An experienced campaigner is Sam Whitelock, and he will know much better than that. He's lucky not to get a card the way the game's been ruled recently. That sort of stuff, just again, asking for trouble. And again, a kicker like Andre Pollard is always going to rake off easy meters when given that opportunity. Here's Marks, this time finds it easy to Lukiaga. Just short of halfway now, the Springboks using that maul. We've seen teams demolish the All Blacks like this for weeks gone by. And again, the Springboks find easy yards. Little kick over the top from de Klerk. Jordy Barrett easily onto that, but he is a touch isolated here. Rieko Ioane does very well to get there and help him out. Aaron Smith took on a bit too much there, but found a good support player in Bauer. Savia to his left, Aaron Smith, the first receiver. He's taking them on here, Aaron Smith. He's in a spot of bother though, but his friends come out in black jerseys and give him a little nudge forward. Here is Adi Savia. Again, needs some help. The All Blacks slow to the breakdown. Ioane, nicely to Aaron Smith. Now, if they can free up Will Jordan, they could be away. Smith has made good inroads to the defence tonight already. Couldn't find Jordan. He waits in the wings still. Bauer picks himself, flings it back inside. And Talvale has a rare little scamper for the tight head prop. Here is Captain Sam Cane. Floats one out brilliantly. Aaron Smith is having a field day tonight so far. Then he gets it to Will Jordan, and he's wiped out from Faf de Klerk. And the referee has seen enough of those shenanigans. And Faf de Klerk, in the bin he goes. 10 minutes, yellow card. Well, that's maybe a little bit more of what they'll call a professional foul there from Faf de Klerk. We saw Aaron Smith, how many line breaks has he made himself tonight? This time, got the pass to Jordan, and Faf de Klerk said, no chance, what is going on here? We've got a player in the way of the camera, as Jordy Barrett slots over the opening 3 points of the All Blacks Rugby Championship campaign. And they hit the scoreboard first, 3 points to nil through the boots of Jordy, and I'm still chuckling myself at what the hell was in front of the camera there. Well, it was a monster of a man. As we still got to see the real action. Here is again Bauer and Talvale combining nicely, and the Springboks getting reckless. This time the captain, Khaleesi's got to be better than that. How bad is this seeing Whitelock, de Klerk, and now Khaleesi putting up high tackles, shoulder tackles, just illegal play. And it just seems absurd that players are still not managing to get that tackle technique right. This game will continue with just one man in the bin though. It is Faf de Klerk missing. And Takiaho, well that didn't look straight and the referee agrees. It was miles off the mark from Samasoni Takiaho. And that is the let off. Man in the bin as well.
Crouch. Bind.
All Blacks would have loved to have taken full toll
Set.
of missing the little scrum half to Clark. Pollard will feed the scrum instead. To Clark not there. There'll be one short in the back line. Dealendy stands at first receiver, but Pollard just says, let's play this game down the right areas of the field, and he hacks it away to Jordy Barrett, who turns back into the tackle of Pollard. And Adi Savia says, I'm not getting involved in that. He waits and plays scrum half. Finds Rico Ioane short to Aaron Smith, who's been far too involved in this match already than I'm sure many would like to see. Big green jerseys over Bowden Barrett in a flash, and the referee deems him not releasing the ball in the tackle, and a big penalty there for the Springboks. Well, a question mark here for Khaleesi. Is he going to go for 3 or are they going to go for the gauntlet? No, it's an easy 3 here for South Africa. It's no real surprise that they look to that man, Andre Pollard, to tie things up. He can throw it over from there. It's an easy one. And he does exactly that as we are 35 minutes into the first half of this opening Rugby Championship fixture between the All Blacks on the road to South Africa to face the Springboks. First of 2 meetings here in South Africa. We are tied up 5 to the break. 3-3 is Bowden Barrett gets his back underway. Very deep kick as Fufter Clark wanted it. He didn't get it. And a recorrection on the tackle there from Bowden Barrett chasing hard. Sees it fly high. And the Springboks get an easy exit out there, 22, with just a couple of minutes remaining. Pollard finds this easily over halfway. Adi Savia tries desperately to keep it in. 37 minutes gone. Is there time for a little twist or turn before we head for Oranges at the halftime break? Malcolm marks to throw. Full line out, takes his time. Oh, he's missed his man as well. The All Blacks sneak it away. That is a good take there from Barrett. They get it wide. Rico Ioane, Wada Havili. Where's the man on the left wing? They need that support. Bowden Barrett's there instead. And Bowden Barrett finds a great pass. Adi Savia. That is All Blacks rugby at its very, very best. That was fast. That was explosive. But I ask, where was Caleb Clark? They needed someone. There he was. He took it first receiver. He found it to Rico Ioane. Then Havili. I thought they had done enough when it got to Barrett. Fufter Clark, a very good chase, forcing Barrett to the pass. But ever-present Adi Savia had a great season so far. Doesn't matter if it's yellow or black. He always gives 200,000% in effort. And that is what he's rewarded with. Well, what a great try from the All Blacks right on the stroke of half-time as well. And a good conversion from Jordy Barrett makes it 10 points to 3. And that is a big difference at the half-time break. A stalemate of a 37 or 38 minutes in the opening stanza. But boy, when things tick right, they go beautifully. It was from a turnover line-out as well that Scott Barrett nicked away. So what you make of your chances, oh, so important. The All Blacks, though, do have the better of the stats. Most of the ball, most of the territory as well, 70 and 66%. Of course, that 10-minute period where Fufter Clark sat in the Naughty Boys' chair. They've had to do very little work on defence, and that could come back in their favour as this game wears on. Tackle tiredness could be a big factor as we get into those 70, 80 minutes later on in tonight's fixture. 10 points to 3 as the score is Akira Ioane. Pulls down a little short kick from Pollard, and the Springboks dig deep through the power of Bauer. They get it back to their side of the kickoff, and Fufter Clark goes down in a heap. Well, he's had a horrid night tonight. A yellow card, limited opportunities, and now the injury as well. But the man that did play the majority of time against Wales, Hendricks, will come on. And fit for form.
Crouch.
Gotta say, he is
Bind.
the right man to be bringing on this stage of the game.
Set.
De Klerk hasn't had the best of his 42 or so minutes. That is a great scrum by the Springboks. Here's Hendricks holding up play. He's really been given a lot of time to do something there. Turned over brilliantly from Whitelock. And now here come the All Blacks, switching out wide. Will Jordan back in field, and here's Adi Savia again. He can do nothing wrong at the moment. Takiaho quick to hit that ruck, and that is a big battle on that right wing. The Pippi's got work to do, and that defensively was poor. Big tackle, lifting the player in the end here and dumping him on his back. That is poor technique yet again. And surely they'll be looking to Jordie Barrett to add another 3 to the tally. 10 points to 3. This one doesn't change much in terms of what the Springboks need to do to get back in the lead, but it does tick over that scoreboard. But it is a stray, so we can eat those words straight back in the gob. Jordie Barrett unsuccessful, just floating it away to the right-hand side. Score remains 10 points to 3. The All Blacks with a 7-point lead thanks to that brilliant try from Marty Xavier. Here is Ioane and Will Jordan finding Xavier. And this is great play finding George Bauer. Up the guts he goes, the big man. Bona Barrett support. Now the numbers are all there. Look at that. Akira Ioane ready and waiting to hit the ruck. Here is Winelock. Now he needs to find a friend. He does. Akira is there. A great turnover. Ebenezer Beff. Brilliant work in the breakdown.
Release.
Black jerseys were there, but they were just too slow. Hit up from Naikani. Taken down is Hendricks. A pick and go from him. Naikani waits for it on the left-hand side, but they go to Khaleesi, who switches back there himself. Delende. Great tackle from Barrett. And Takiaho on it as well. More roomy on the left, and it's knocked off from a Pimpy. Oh, a night to forget for the King. Normally so professional, never does much wrong. But Mapimpi is given away a high tackle penalty. He's missed some tackles, and now he knocks the ball on a rare attacking chance for the Springboks, who don't look like they want to kick this ball away anymore. Aaron Smith feeds. Oh, that is a tidy hit by the Springboks. It is a turnover in the scrum. Well, Mapimpi's plushes have been saved as they get after Lekanyalam. That's a good tackle on him from Ioane. Now they switch it back. Lukani turns around the corner. Lutiaga getting those fancy feet going.
Release.
Just about gets all the way through as well. Hendricks goes out to a hard running Nikani again. Back to Hendricks. This could be a turnover. It was back Joe still very fast. Kane, Ioane, that's Akira. That is a great turnover. Aaron Smith. Scott Barrett, Havili. He's through again. What an offload to Rico Ioane. Into the 22 he goes. Very deep. Release. Big chance for the All Blacks to put this away. Smith back to Takiaho. Strong run there from the hooker. All Blacks get there eventually. Kane. Great pass, Havili. He deserves this in a bag of chips. That's brilliant. Havili scores, and he's been a standout tonight. Breaking the line. Excellent line to run. And along with Aaron Smith, he has been a big culprit in why the All Blacks get the go-ahead. It's just those lines. We've seen it from Smith in the first half, and you see him flirting with the game line all the time with that ball from Sam Kane. Let's not talk that down either. Brilliant little short pass in the tackle, and it's just so hard to stop when you've got players distributing like that off the short play, through the tackle, and guys with immaculate lines. It is very difficult to keep at bay. It is 15 points to 3 as Jordie Barrett tries to add 2 more. But once again, he sprays it away to the right-hand side, and the score remains at 15-3, a 12-point lead. And interestingly enough, 2 converted tries will lead this for the Springboks. With just 15 minutes remaining, is there enough time left for it? Let's find out. Pollard. Deep down to Aaron Smith. Oh my word, he is having a blinder out there tonight. He is stepping players, breaking tackles, and making things happen. Here is Mapimpi. Oh, it's going to be a turnover. Akira Ioane. What a blinder he's having as well. Along with Sam Kane. They are playing out of their skin. Such standouts here for the All Blacks. And now they've got to go. Oh, they're not. I was thinking they've got to go for the gauntlet now. You've got a 12-point lead. Go to the corner. Wind down the clock. Make things even tougher. Here is Jordie Barrett. Important kick regardless. Oh, it's slithered away to the right. Even if it had gone over, that would have made it 18-3. And of course, a 15-point lead, which I expect is why they went for the 3. It would have required South Africa to score 3 times in the remaining 10 minutes. Looks increasingly unlikely as the minutes wear on down. Here is Will Jordan. Oh no! It's another chance for Jordie Barrett if he wants it. And it's another man to the bin. Looks like this one going. It's just Felix. He's out of here. The big number 8, not good enough tonight. Outplayed by Adi Savia throughout. And that tackle on a much smaller man like Will Jordan, devastating from a big body like that. Well, unsurprisingly, Jordy's going to have his 3rd attempt at a kick here. Lines it up. This one he might have overcorrected here. Oh, it's hit the upright. Oh my goodness, Jordy. What can you do right here tonight? Here's Pollard. Great little fan, getting rid of his opposite number. And punishing his way up towards the 22. Well, Beast is still on. Maybe it's not Beast that went off. He was one that was given the yellow card. We'll have to find out who's missing here. As it hits him again. Here's just release. He's going up himself. Finds it beautifully. A bit set to toy. Maholba in sand as well. Pollard gets a nice offload, but he runs out of support players. Bauer over the ball. Can't see it on his side. Hendricks now near the 22. Gets a good easy couple of metres there. It's the beat on it very quickly. Well, it must be. Who has gone here? Hendricks is still in the field. Vince is playing a lot of scrum half. It's the beat is still there. Marks as well. Detroit. Well, that's a turnover for the All Blacks. As we're trying to figure out who has left the field. Bowden Barrett splits him in half. Now can he find Clark? He can't. I don't think Caleb Clark has touched the ball yet. There goes full time. The All Blacks have done things right here tonight. And they could finish with a flurry. But Havili says, let's wrap it up right there. Kicks it dead in goal. And that will be all she wrote for this one. The Springboks met the All Blacks for 40 minutes, well maybe 38 minutes, and then things come unstuck, and the smile on Adi Savia's face tells the full story. Well, a clinical display from the All Blacks, a couple of pieces of magic was all it took, and thankfully they didn't rue the missed opportunities off the tee from Jordie Barrett. A couple of injuries left things a little bit lopsided with the yellow cards as well, but for the South Africans, just 3 points to the tee of Andre Pollard will not be pleasing for them whatsoever. Adi Savia and David Havili got the 2 tries for New Zealand. Jordie Barrett, 1 conversion, 1 penalty goal. He missed the conversion, missed about 3 penalties as well. Had a horrid night off the tee, but good enough for his team to win the game. The Springboks pulled back a lot of possession, pretty much getting it near 50-50, but the territory game was never on their side as they tried to force it out of their own 22 and even half for a lot of that second 40 minutes. 2 yellow cards will never help a team win. And when you only make 2 line breaks to an opposition's 8, that's always going to make things even tougher without that attacking platform. There was big standouts there in black jerseys. Aaron Smith was outstanding, but Akira Ioane around the breakdown had his best game to date. And through that midfield, David Havili was simply outstanding. For the Springboks though, not too many positives to go through that game. Buff de Klerk had an absolute nightmare. Pollard was a leader in that 10 jumper, but was largely left to do it all on his own. The front row were good, Nyakani, Marks, Maholba, Etzebeth and Diaga got around the field well. But all in all, Mpimpi had a shocker on that left wing, and Delendien Arm just didn't see enough ball in their hands. A big win for the All Blacks as they get the opener here in South Africa for the Rugby Championship. And that'll give their confidence a huge boost going into that second fixture against the Springboks. But from myself here on your home of rugby, I do say thank you all for tuning in and watching. Hope you've enjoyed today's fixture. We will be back with the Pumas and the Wallabies in the coming days, and plenty more rugby throughout the Rugby Championship, as well as a continuation on with the Montpellier career in the top plateaus. Thank you all for coming by. I do hope you enjoyed the game. If you do, leave a thumbs up, and of course if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. Until I see you all again for the Wallabies and the Pumas, take care.